In an atonal world, one must oppose it in such a way that one compels it to tonalize itself. Slavoj Žižek. 7 signs you may be a sacred clown. Number 1, you have a robust spiritual flexibility. You understand that faith without doubt is spiritually myopic, leading to naive presumption, and that doubt without faith is spiritually hyperopic, leading to the bondage of reason. Both leave the third eye blind. You mix the sacred with the profane and mock the religiosity that gets caught between. You have been called upon to reestablish the bridge between the physical and spiritual world through the sacred art of metaphor and play. Number 2, you deflate the ego and animate the soul. Your ego is malleable. It's a tool for higher transformation rather than a weight that drowns you in the mundane. You use it to inject wakefulness into an otherwise somnambulant world. Your ego is secure enough to be vulnerable and thus ignites the fire that becomes the soul. You are torn between worm and God, but you appreciate the tearing. At the end of the day, ego is the tool you use to leverage the universe, and soul is the instrument you use to harmonize with the universe. Number 3, you reject certainty. You understand that the opposite of certainty isn't uncertainty, but openness, curiosity, and a willingness to embrace paradox. You humiliate your certitude, recognizing that a background of mystery is paramount for truth. You have the uncanny ability to capitalize on your mistakes. Stumbles, falls, and missteps become a part of the overall dance. You are drunken master. You are jester guru. Your duty is to crack open the hard shell of certainty, to reveal the uncertain godling softly blooming inside us all. Number 4, you have the ability to hold a tension between opposites. You live between worlds. Your shadow is white. Your halo is black. Both daemonic and shamanic, you blur boundaries and transform them into horizons. A unity of opposites is your call to arms. You stimulate others to think dialectically, coaxing them to stay open to the flow of thought from thesis to antithesis to synthesis and back. Your skills pull light into dark and launch the gray into sparks that catch fire to consciousness. You're the infinite player tripping up all the floundering finite players in the game of life. You understand that reason must operate in service to imagination and not vice versa. Number 5, you mock power and tyranny. You understand that the necessary function of deflating the power dynamic of human governance, especially absolute power. You remind those in power of their own fallibility by planting memes, insurgent music, satire, and rebellious art like seeds into their fragile invulnerability. Through your art, you count coup on any and all tyrannical systems. You empower the average individual to become a proactive citizen by promoting radical egalitarianism, thus curing the system of nature deprivation and anoia, the disease of the soul that results when we forget our partnership in the sacred community of being. Number 6, you're an amoral agent par excellence. You amorally rebel, therefore morality exists. You're the medium, the go-between, the impossible bridge. You understand that one must be amoral in order to transform immorality into moral fortitude. Your way of dealing with an immoral world is to disrupt it amorally and then give it a moral form. Your art is jest and madness, mockery and frenzy, tomfoolery and balderdash, but it balances the Apollonian forces of order, rigidness, ennui, apathy, contentment, and boredom, resulting in an even playing field. You are the perennial gesterado, a bold outlaw clown. You openly declare to the world, you can have your moral high ground. I'll stick with my amoral middle ground and astonish you all. Number 7, you move between metaphor and reality by contrary means. You understand that metaphor is the ingredient added to the recipe of language that makes the pen mightier than the sword. Yours is a way of dreaming away from the world only to return with new knowledge, magic elixir, in tow. You are coyote and crow, fox and phoenix, walking backward when others are walking forward, inverting languages when others are being direct, twisting circles into infinity symbols, and playing devil's advocate. You are a trickster god in training. You are the human leitmotif. You are the heyoka that subsumes all heyokas. Through your myth and metaphor, the world takes on a majestic meaning and an enchantment that goes beyond merely a human self. You become interconnected and synergistic, donning moon mask, dog mask, eagle mask, whale mask, all masks, in your sacred dance over the abyss of the human condition.